Hello students, in today's class we will be studying the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance. The first topic of this chapter is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid are the macromolecules present in all living cells. Friedrich Miescher was the first person who isolated the nucleic acid from the pus cells. He called it as nuclei, as it has an acidic nature, hence Altman called it as nucleic acid. The two types of nucleic acid found in living organisms are deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. In today's class, we will be studying about deoxyribonucleic acid and its structure. DNA is a genetic material of all living organisms. This carries the coded information from one generation to another. It is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. Now, what are nucleotides? Nucleotides is a combination of pentose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous base. And if the sugar in this case is deoxyribose sugar, it is known as deoxyribonucleotides. The length of DNA depends on the number of nucleotide pairs present in it. In eukaryotic cell, DNA is found in the nucleus. It is the chief component of chromosome. DNA is also found in the mitochondria and chloroplast. Chemically, DNA is composed of deoxyribose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous base. Just now we discussed that a single nucleotide consists of pentose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous base. And if the pentose sugar in this case is deoxyribose sugar, so it is named as deoxyribonucleotide. So we will talk about each of these parts of nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides. The first part is deoxyribose sugar. It is a pentose sugar having the molecular formula C5H10O4. This is how the cyclic structure of deoxyribose sugar looks. Now the question arises, why it is named as deoxyribose sugar? The reason behind is that the second carbon of this pentose sugar lacks the oxygen group. It lacks oxygen. Due to this lack of oxygen, it is named as deoxyribose. So hence it is known as deoxyribose sugar due to the lack of oxygen at the second position of the pentose sugar. Now the second part of the deoxyribonucleotide is the phosphate group. Phosphoric acid forms the phosphate group. Its molecular formula is H3PO4 and it is responsible for acidic nature of DNA. A nitrogenous base is the third part of deoxyribonucleotide. Nitrogenous base are nitrogen containing compounds and they are mainly divided into two types, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are double ring heterocyclic structural compounds. You can see they are double ring structure and there are two types of purine found in DNA, that is adenine and guanine. So this is the structure of adenine and this is of guanine. Another type of nitrogenous base is pyrimidine. Pyrimidine are single ring structured compounds. The two types of pyrimidine present in the DNA are cytosine and thymine. So pyrimidine are the single ring structure and this is the structure of cytosine and this is of thymine. These two types of pyrimidine are found in DNA. Now we have talked about nucleotides. Now we move on to nucleosides. Nucleosides are the compounds which are formed by the combination of pentose sugar and nitrogenous base. They lack the phosphate group. The nitrogen base is attached as the first carbon of pentose sugar by N-glycosidic linkage. This glycosidic bond is formed between the first carbon of the pentose sugar with the nitrogenous base, with the first carbon of the nitrogenous base. In DNA, the nucleosides are formed by the combination of deoxyribose sugar and nitrogenous base. And this is how these nucleosides are named. Adenine plus deoxyribose sugar form deoxyadenosine. Guanine plus deoxyribose sugar form deoxyguanosine. Cytosine plus deoxyribose sugar forms deoxycytidine. Thymine plus deoxyribose sugar forms deoxythymidine. Now we move on to how is a polynucleotide strand formed. Polynucleotide strand is a combination of nucleotides. You can see the large number of nucleotides combined together to form a polynucleotide strand. And these nucleotides are linked with each other by phosphodiester bond, which is formed over here. This phosphodiester bond is formed between the carbon, the third carbon. You can see, let us first do the naming. First, second, third, fourth and the fifth. So, this phosphodiester bond is formed between the third carbon of one of the pentose sugar with the fifth carbon of another pentose sugar of another nucleotide. So this is how the phosphodiester bond is formed between the third carbon of one of the nucleotide and the fifth carbon of another nucleotide. Now we can see that there is the phosphate group present at the third position and at the fifth position of the carbon, while the nitrogenous base is always attached at the first carbon of the nucleotide. We'll also see that there is a 3-OH moiety and 5-phosphate moiety at the end of each DNA strand. So you can see that there is 5-phosphate moiety and 3-OH moiety at the end of each of this DNA strand. This is a complete structure of DNA being formed over here. This is the chemical structure of DNA and this is the helical structure of DNA. Now in the diagram you can see that two polynucleotide chains are there. One is this and the other one is, and this is the another one. Two polynucleotide chains are there which are linked with each other by the nitrogenous base, by the hydrogen bond formed between the nitrogenous base. Now let us first study, there are certain rules for this chemical structure of DNA. Let us first study about it. So this helical structure of DNA was given by J.D. Watson and Francis Crick. They were the first to propose the structural model of DNA in 1953. They got the Nobel Prize for their work in 1962. According to Watson and Crick model of DNA, the DNA consists of two polynucleotide strands coiled together in a helical manner. You have just seen there are two polynucleotide strands which are coiled in a helical manner. And it looks somewhat like this. Now, hence it is also named as Watson and Crick helical structure, double helix structure of DNA. Okay. Now there are certain derivation which the certain postulates which they have given about this double helical structure of DNA. The first one says that the DNA is a double-stranded polynucleotide molecule. We have just seen two polynucleotide strands are there. The sugar and the phosphate group forms the backbone. Now see, the sugar, pentose sugar, and the phosphate group forms the backbone, while the nitrogenous base, cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine, they are present in the interior. They are present in the interior of the DNA structure. So the sugar and the phosphate group forms the backbone, while the nitrogenous base projects inside. The two strands are coiled to each other in an anti-parallel way. In an anti-parallel manner, they are coiled. Suppose that the 5 dash phosphate moiety 5 dash phosphate moiety is present at one end of one of the polynucleotide chain here, then the 5 dash phosphate moiety will be towards the opposite pole of another polynucleotide strand of the DNA. So if one strand is reading 5 dash to 3 dash, another will be reading 3 dash to 5 dash in the same direction. Now, the two strands of DNA have the common diameter of 20 angstrom. They have the diameter of 20 angstrom. Adenine, now there are certain rules when we come to the pairing between the nitrogenous base. So, adenine is always linked with thymine by double bond, and cytosine is always linked with guanine by triple bond. Just like you can see in the diagram, the triple bond is formed between cytosine and guanine, and double bond is between adenine and thymine. Because of the complementary base pairing arrangement, if one strand of polynucleotide sequence is known, another can be deduced. If one strand is reading from 5 dash to 3 dash direction, another will be from 3 dash to 5 dash. And we already know that the opposite the pairing of adenine is always with that of thymine, and guanine is with that of cytosine. So we can easily deduce the uh, nitrogenous base present in the another of the polynucleotide strand present in the DNA. Complementary strand twisted each other at a distance of 34 angstrom. They have twisted each other at each twist is about 3.4 nanometer or 34 angstrom. Each twist of DNA consists of 10 base pair. At least 10 base pair will be present in each twist. The distance between two base pairs are 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nanometer. The distance between two of the nitrogenous base is 0.34 nanometer or 3.4 angstrom. Thank you.